So the other day I had a new disc golfer ask me what disc I would buy if I had $100. Well, in today's video, I'm going to show you the exact disc that I would buy if I was a new disc golfer and I had a $100 budget. Let's jump into it. So with a $100 budget and just starting out in disc golf, you have a lot of options that you're gonna have available to you. And I think some of the most important discs that you're gonna need when you're first starting out and on a $100 budget are: one, gonna be your putting putter; two, be a throwing putter; three, be a mid-range; and then finally, a fairway driver. So let me show you the discs that are in my bag that I would suggest to you if you were on that $100 budget. So I will say some of these are going to slightly vary in plastic type, but for the molds, it's going to be the same. So first up, for putting putter, I would definitely go with a Luna. When you're first starting out, you don't need two putting putters like most people will tell you. You can just stick with one. Next up, for a throwing putter, I would go with one of my favorite molds to throw, and that's going to be a Fierce. And this one specifically is from Ledgestone. This one's the Z-Swirl Fierce. This is a great understable throwing putter that's going to be easy for you to throw off the tee or for approach shots. Next up is going to be your mid-range, and I would suggest going with an ESP Buzz. The Buzz is the most popular disc in disc golf, and for good reason. It's one of the best mid-ranges that you can start out with. And last but not least is gonna be the fairway driver for you, and that is going to be a DGA Vortex. So the DGA Vortex is a very easy throwing fairway driver. This is gonna be one of the easiest discs for you to throw and figure out how to get some distance. And price-wise, we're actually going to be under the $100 mark with these. The Luna is going to be $21.99. The Z-Swirl Fierce, also $21.99. And ESP Buzz is going to cost you $19.99. And then the DGA Vortex is going to cost you $21.99. So in total, all four of these discs are going to be around $86 in total. There are some other discs that you can get to add to the bag that are going to get you right around that $100 mark, but I didn't have one in the bag that kept us under that $100 mark. So these are gonna be the four discs that are going to be available to us today. So let's jump into the round here and see how well we can shoot with these discs. All right, folks, we're out here at Boone Woods today. We're starting out on hole 1 here. This one's in the long pin location, which is about 421 feet. We're gonna take that DGA Proto Vortex to start out here. I typically don't throw this disc on this hole, but I think like for a beginner like yourself, you're gonna find that this disc is going to be the easiest to throw and get a decent amount of distance. So we're gonna start the round out with this thing, see what we can do here. Try to keep things in the fairway here today and go from there. So straight. In a decent spot down there, not bad. We're gonna be in the fairway, and that's what you're looking for out here. Well guys, welcome back to the channel, and thanks for tuning in here today and hanging out with me out at Boone Woods. Really looking forward to seeing how well we can shoot out here today with all four of the discs that are gonna keep you under that $100 budget. One of the biggest things that I always tell beginners is try to shoot as close to par as you can get and keep yourself out of trouble out on the course. So let's take a look and see where this thing ended up and see what we can do here. All right, still got a little bit of work to do here. Probably should have tried to throw that Vortex just a little bit harder. We're gonna take that Z-Swirl Fierce here, try and get this thing close to the basket and give ourselves some sort of putt to walk away with the par. Through the tree? Oh no, hung on to that a little bit too much there. Probably have to walk away with the bogey on this one. Do it like a nice little jump putt approach here. Yep, that'll do. Alrighty. Also, since you'll have a couple dollars left over, since we didn't spend the full 100, you can get a mini to make sure you can mark your disc here after, since we only have one putting putter. Unfortunate bogey to start the round, but we'll take it. Unfortunate bogey to start the round there. Should have had a better approach shot there. Moving on to hole 2 now. This one is 312 feet. It is in the longer pin location here. I'm gonna take this Buzz, just try and get something off to the right side here and in the middle of the fairway, putting us in a position to either to have an easy par look or some sort of possible jump putt to attack the basket. Yep. Right line that I wanted. Hyzer and all past those trees. All right, cool. Yeah, we're gonna be in the fairway again. That's 2 fairway hits now. Hopefully be able to attack the basket from there. I think for most players that are gonna be starting out using these discs, you're not gonna be doing a jump putt from here. You're more than likely gonna be throwing it. So I'm actually gonna take that Z-Swirl Fierce again. Just try and throw this thing towards the basket, possibly give it some sort of run. All right, left it a little shorter than I would have liked, but we should be able to pick up that par there. There we go. There's a nice par on hole 2 here. Definitely would have liked a little bit more distance with that buzz, but either way, we'll take the par. I think one of the best ways to improve your game early on is to limit the amount of discs that you're actually throwing. So with challenges like this or that $100 budget that you're gonna have, this is gonna limit the options that you have out on the course and force you to really learn the discs that you have available to you. But we're gonna be +1 through the first 2 holes here. Moving on to hole 3 now. All right, on to hole 3 out here at Boone Woods. This one's 347 feet, very difficult par 3. We're gonna play smart disc golf here today and just lay this thing up to basically the middle of the fairway out there and then have a nice easy approach shot. Just gonna take that ESP buzz. Put that thing on a bit of hyzer. We should be in a pretty good spot. Ended up in a really, really good spot here. That thing had the perfect amount of hyzer. We're gonna take the Z-Swirl Fierce now and we pretty much just have a straight up shot towards the basket. Oh yeah, perfect upshot there. We're gonna walk away a par with this one. Walk away with the par here on hole 3, which is very, very ideal. Like I said, never birdied this one, even using the bag that I normally use. So to walk away with using our $100 budget disc, we'll take that all day. Walking away with a par there on hole 3, that's absolutely huge. We're moving on to hole 4 now. This is a downhill 319-foot par 3. We're gonna take that same ESP buzz on this hole. What you ideally wanna do is throw something out to the right side towards that building down there and have something crash towards the basket at the end. Push past the tree, get past it. Ah, dang. If it was just out to the right a little bit more, that would have been absolutely perfect, but we should still be able to get up and down from there. We just narrowly hit those trees there. If that would have missed those, we would have been in a really good spot. So we're just gonna take that Z-Swirl Fierce, get something close to the basket, and walk away with another par here. Sit. Oh yeah, absolutely parked into the basket. That is another par there. All right. Routine par there after hitting the tree. Never a bad thing. All right, still sitting at +1 through 4 holes now. Moving on to hole 5 here. This one looks like 326, one of the two. It's extremely uphill. We're gonna take that more understable fairway driver here in the Vortex. Just get something up there in the middle of the fairway. I think this is gonna put us in the best spot possible here. Nice straight flight. It's flexing over a little bit. Okay, that'll be in a decent spot. We'll definitely have an approach shot from there and hopefully be able to get a par here. I'm actually really stoked on this drive. Gonna have an approach shot here. I have actually birdied this hole 1 time and it was from throwing it in from a very similar distance. So we're gonna try and do that here today. It's got the hyzer. Oh, just short, right under the basket. Can't ask for a better approach shot there. This is probably really close to going in. I think I just left it maybe a little shorter. It went just around the back side of the basket possibly. Gonna have to pick it up though here on these last couple holes. That way we can get back to that even mark. All right guys, on to hole 6 here now. Very, very difficult par 3. This one is 384 feet. We're gonna take the Proto Vortex again. Try and put something through one of the gaps through there. This is probably one of the most wooded holes that we're gonna play out here. Got a lot of trees to miss on this one. Flip up, miss the tree. Oh, that is so good. Nice. That was a great drive. We narrowly missed one of the trees in there. Ended up in a really, really good spot down there. One of the things that I've been telling myself lately when I've been out on the disc golf course is to simplify the game. And you might be asking, Kelly, what does it mean to simplify the game out on the course? And to me, what that means is not trying to do more than I know that I can do. But I think a lot of times we watch the pros or watch players that are a lot better than us and try to exactly imitate the game that they're playing. And you have to recognize where your strengths and weaknesses are out here on the course. Once you do that, that's going to give you opportunities to get towards that even and negative scores that you're looking for out on the course. But let's take a look and see where we ended up here with that Vortex drive. Hopefully get up and down here. All right, just gotta miss all these trees here and we should be close to the basket for a par. Sit. Okay, cool. Almost hit the barbecue that's over there. We should be able to pick up a par there. So yeah, pretty much just another routine par here. This one away, walk away with the par. Nice. Let's go. This one's pretty difficult, to be honest with you. We'll walk away with that par. I'm stoked on that. Really stoked to hit that par there on hole 6. We're moving on to hole 7 now. So it's a par 3, 415 feet. Got to take that same vortex here, kind of put it on the same line that we just had back on hole 6. Kind of flex this thing over a little bit. Try and get max distance out of this thing. Hopefully hit another par here. It's flexing over off to the right. Oh, that one's trailing over to the right. A little bit too much there. It'll be out in the open. We'll have an approach shot with that Fierce from there. Get this thing close to the basket. That might go in. Go in. Oh, just short of the basket. Need a little bit more power. That thing would have went in the bucket. This thing was definitely tracking towards the basket. Just need a little bit more power. We would have threw it in, but walk away with another par here. We're still +1, but moving on to hole 8 where we have a birdie opportunity. On to hole 8 now. This one is a par 3, 269 feet downhill, and the basket is on top of a mound down there. You ideally want to get something very close to the mound. That way you give yourself an easy putt. I'm going to take my ESP Buzz here, throw it off to the right side, have a little bit of finish towards the end there, hopefully skip up towards that mound. Stay up in the air and get towards that mound. Skip. Oh yeah, that is absolutely parked on that mound down there. We should be able to pick up our first birdie of the round there. Nice, exactly where we wanted to be. Nice, let's go. That's a big birdie for the round here, using only 4 discs. That's gonna put us back down to that even mark. All right, guys, on to the final hole out here of the $100 budget disc challenge. This one's gonna be back in the 8-pin location, 346 feet. Gonna end the round driving here with that Proto Vortex. This one's pretty difficult for me. I will normally throw a distance driver here. Should be manageable as long as we stay out of the rough on the right side. Ooh, that's looking nice. I made it over the rough. Didn't get a ton of distance, but that thing flexed out pretty nice. Should be up in the middle of the fairway there. We're just gonna take this approach, the Z-Swirl Fierce. Nice. Parked under the basket. Pick up another par there to end the round out here at Boone Woods. Oh my goodness, I almost spit out. You really can't ask for a better round out here, especially using discs that are under a $100 budget. Walking away even here feels really good. Let's go. Well guys, that is going to wrap up the $100 budget disc challenge out here at Boone Woods, and enjoyed seeing some of the discs that I would pick up and that I suggest to you if you're just starting out to disc golf and have a $100 budget. And even if you have less of a budget than $100, any of those discs that I was throwing out here today are going to help your game out and help you improve when you're just getting into disc golf. We were able to shoot that even mark, which is absolutely huge, and keep the game really simple out here, which is what I think you can do when you only have a limited amount of discs. But if you did enjoy the video here today, make sure that you leave a like down below. Let me know in the comments section down below what discs you would choose if you had a $100 budget, and make sure that you hit that subscribe button because we're going to be bringing you more videos. Thanks again, and we'll see you in the next one.